It is no new thing for Nintendo to just come out of nowhere in the middle of the week and just say, hey, we got a new game coming out. They literally just did it with Star Fox. And it's coming out next month, which is crazy. It's probably like the quickest reveal to release we've ever gotten. But yeah, Nintendo just announced a new game that's coming out literally next week, but it might not be what you're thinking, because it's a mobile game again. Nintendo has been relatively quiet on the mobile front. I mean, I don't know if it's just the sales haven't been reaching what they thought it would be. They were really coming out the gate strong in 2016 with Miitomo and Super Mario Run. Then in 2019, they had Dr. Mario and even Mario Kart Tour, which was a pretty big deal. But they really haven't had anything since 2021's Pikmin Bloom. There's Hello Mario, which is like a thing for toddlers, but that's really about it. And you also have Fire Emblem Shadows. I remember Heroes in 2017, but I actually have not heard anything about Shadows unless I've just been completely out the loop. But we are now seeing the return of Nintendo's mobile games with a new one named Picto Nico. Now, this is extremely weird. It just came out of nowhere, and essentially, this is like a WarioWare meets Snapchat filter collage game. It's actually pretty insane, and if you think about it, WarioWare makes the most sense for a mobile game, and I've been saying this with my friends since the very beginning. One series Nintendo seems to push on every single console is WarioWare. I'm pretty sure there is a WarioWare game for every console Nintendo's ever had, starting on the GameCube. The DS, the 3DS, the Game Boy Advance, the Wii, the Wii U. Shoot, even the Switch got 2 WarioWare games. Now, I'm not sure how well those games both sold. I think the first one actually sold pretty decent, but the recent one, WarioWare Move It, which was more like Smooth Moves, I don't think we ever even got official sales numbers, so that's probably not a good sign. And it's strange, as someone who grew up loving Smooth Moves on the Wii, I thought Move It would have been excellent, but for some reason, I just kind of felt about it. It's not a bad game at all. In fact, it felt very similar to Smooth Moves. I don't know. Did I outgrow the WarioWare franchise? I don't know what it was, but I still love WarioWare. I mean, even going back to Smooth Moves is a blast. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just missing something for me, but at the end of the day, I think the perfect thing to do is start moving WarioWare into something that's more like a small little spin-off here and there, or even a mobile title, and that's what they're actually doing. It's weird because they didn't even really drop a trailer or anything, they just dropped a website, and I'll link the website in the description down below if you want to check it out, but it just shows a couple clips of exactly how this works. You pretty much just upload some pictures, and it actually turns your pictures into little micro games that you can play, which is pretty neat. Now, I'm pretty sure you can take just straight up new pictures of people, or you can just straight up upload pictures from your gallery, which is also pretty cool. I think the app even has access to your gallery, which it could just pull from your pictures, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I thought this was neat. It really does feel like they're trying to combine Snapchat and WarioWare, which might be an actually incredibly smart move from Nintendo right now. I mean, even though there might be a little late. I don't know, Snapchat era still at its peak the way it was when I was in high school. But yeah, you can see a game where like you have to pull things off the girl's face, or you have to untangle the picture of the 2 people dancing, or feed the picture of the guy as a baby with a lollipop. To me, it looks like it's pulling straight from WarioWare Touched, where you're poking or grabbing things or dragging things across the screen, which just makes so much sense for a smartphone game. But here's some more information about it. There's different ways to play. For instance, you can just go through various different stages. It looks like there's even like crowns for achievements and stuff if you want to like perfect the stage, which is pretty cool. There's also Score Attack, which is pulled straight from WarioWare. You have normal or high speed or maybe 1 life challenges. Once again, these things are in WarioWare. These are in almost every single WarioWare game where you can play these alternate modes. There's also something called What's Today's Fortune, where it's just some random thing that you can do, I guess. I don't know. You know WarioWare games, they're always quirky and weird. There's always like some weird extras or toys mode that you can play with and just do stupid stuff. Like WarioWare Twisted literally had one where you was twisting some yoga girl. It was so weird. Now, I'm not sure if there's going to be like theming of minigames or anything like that. It might just be a bunch of random minigames. Apparently, there's only going to be 80, which doesn't seem like too many for micro games. And I'm not even sure if there's going to be boss battles at all. I mean, some of them look like they could be. There's one where you're shooting like a big picture of your head as a spaceship. One where you have to lather your hair with soap, or peel a face mask off, finish a puzzle, pluck nose hairs, or eat things off of a stick. So yeah, lots of these minigames look like sliding your finger, moving things around, or just poking things as they pop up, which once again is like WarioWare Touched. There's even a little countdown bar and timer at the bottom of each one, very similar to the WarioWare bomb timer. Now this all sounds great and dandy so far, almost like it's too good to be true, right? Probably because it is. Yep, you see the top right of both of those boxes? Those are coins, which can only mean one thing. So I did some snooping and yep. Looks like we're going to have to pay to play this game. It's a free to start game, but it says that there's a purchase of game volume required for gameplay, but you can play a demo of some mini games for free. Thankfully, we don't need a constant online connection to play, but you will obviously need a connection for the first launch or if you're purchasing game volumes. Ugh. Also, your photos are not sent to Nintendo. I mean, duh, I'd hope not. The purchase of game volumes is where they get you, man. Of course, they gotta make their money somehow, and that's how they're gonna do it. I'd assume they're gonna charge you a certain amount of money for tokens, and you have to spend some of those tokens in order to play every single stage. If you wanna keep replaying stages to try to get a high score, you're probably gonna have to keep buying tokens so that way you can keep playing, which is just, I hate that. I would much rather Nintendo just made this like an off-the-bat $5 or $10 game or something that we just buy and be done with. Shoot, I'd even pay 20, even 25 if that meant we got the full game and an unlimited access. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that microtransaction economy that Nintendo's trying to dig into with these mobile games, and I feel like that might be the reason why so many of these mobile games are just dying off. Like, it felt like Dr. Mario died off immediately. They're just falling into the same scummy business practices that a lot of these other franchises do. I mean, wouldn't it have been nice if this was just a free-to-play game? We're using our own pictures, and there's only like 80 mini-games, and it's not even themed after a specific IP. It's not like it's Wario at all. There's like no Wario characters, which also feels a little strange. But yeah, the fact that there's no real Wario in here is strange to me, because why would that have hurt this game whatsoever? I don't know if Nintendo just didn't want it to be identified as a Wario game at all. They wanted its own thing and its own identity. I don't know, I feel like just calling this WarioWare Mobile or something would have been perfect. But right now, it's too early to judge how this game is actually going to turn out. Maybe it could be a lot of fun and maybe even worth, I can't even say it's going to be worth microtransactions. Nothing to me is ever worth microtransactions. It's one of the main reasons I can never get into Mario Kart Tour. I couldn't imagine spending real world money at the chance of getting a character I like. I think that's just stupid. But I like the concept of this. I think this is an actually really good idea if it's executed correctly. And we'll see by next week if that's the case, because we will be playing it and I will be talking about it. But what do you think of Picto Nico? It's still a strange name and I'm trying to get used to it, but I think it looks cool so far, and I think it has a chance to be a really unique new thing Nintendo's doing, which looks way better than something like 1-2 Switch, so I'm here for it. Make sure you leave a comment how you feel about this down below, and leave a like and subscribe before you head out. I hope you guys all have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.